Hola y bienvenidos a Amores Patos Face the Disney Afternoon. Hey, and welcome to Amores Patos Face the Disney Afternoon. I'm your host, Anna.
And I'm your host, Faby. This is a podcast where two best friends get together and talk about the premiere of every show in the Disney afternoon.
In our last episode,
Me? Oh, you shouldn't have.
Kit Cloudkicker ran off with a valuable jewel that had been stolen by Don Carnage and his air pirates. While trapped at Louie's place, Kit managed to hide the jewel and then hitch a ride to safety from Don Carnage with a pilot named Baloo.
Great pilot.
To show his gratitude, Kit offered to help Baloo save his failing air cargo business by splitting the reward for the stolen jewel.
Hey, we are back finally. Well, I guess if I'm editing correctly, this episode will come out pretty soon after the last one.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully a week after.
Yes.
We're back talking about rescue. Fuck. Sorry, we can't escape Rescue Rangers. Oh Christ. Right now, I still have to edit, at this moment in time, I still have to edit part 5 of Rescue Rangers. The film, the franchise that would not let us go.
No.
God.
We were like, oh, we're going to record in ahead because, like, we're going to have a busy month, you know. And it all went wrong.
Mhm.
It just, like, it went wrong. And it's like, Rescue Rangers is
Yeah.
still here.
Did we not record our, because we were supposed to record a recap of the movie. Was that postponed because I got COVID?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I
Had an ear infection?
had a really bad ear infection.
Like the weekend, I was finally good.
Yeah.
And then we picked a weekend, and then you had an
Yes.
ear infection. And then I moved.
You moved.
I moved to the other end of the state.
Yeah.
And then we recorded the movie. And then
Killed us.
yes, listeners, as you know, it's I think like listening to it back, we did a good job recapping it. But
We a literal, like, we went to sleep.
we stopped. Yeah, like two-thirds of the way through, we stopped. Like that movie defeated us in a way nothing else we've recapped ever had.
Specifically,
yeah.
I don't think I'll ever be able to go to the LA Convention Center
Mhm.
and, like, be normal
Yeah.
in there. Like, you walk into that main expo hall and just be like, I gotta leave.
Yes, because it was in that two-thirds of the way through. It was during the expo scene where they're just running around the expo.
Yeah.
And they're just throwing cameos at your face like pies.
Yeah, and
Like
and I literally
40s cartoon.
Do you want to stop?
Yeah.
And yeah, and we
Yeah.
did.
We just stopped. Like, oh god. And then we were stuck into the quagmire that was Rescue Rangers,
Yes.
the 5-part premiere.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. This episode, same length as any of those other ones. It went by so fast.
Did. And I like re-listened to us do the 3rd episode, and we just sound so bored. And we're so sorry, but like, we were.
We were so bless Gadget. She
Yeah.
brought like a little bit of life to that episode, but
Even with the, like,
man.
hold that Chip and Dale now have on me,
yeah.
it was still like a struggle to get through.
Yeah, and then me, who has no love for the characters or the show or the whatever. I don't care. But I don't like Rescue Rangers.
Yeah, yeah.
I especially don't like them now. I have a Rescue Rangers shirt that I'm tempted to go and burn because Monty's on it.
Okay, yeah. I'm
Mm.
gonna say give it to me, but never.
No, Monterey Jack's on it. Anyway, we don't need to talk about
Yeah,
Rescue
yeah.
Rangers ever again
Yeah.
because this is episode 98. Part 2 of the Talespin premiere, Plunder and Lightning, and it is actually good
Yes.
content.
It's so good.
Like, as I said, this episode went by very quickly, like, because we've just been stuck in Rescue Rangers quicksand for so long. And I've also been editing our Rescue Rangers episodes, so I'm just constantly, I'm in that mindset right now.
Yeah, yeah.
But yes, this episode, we're introduced to a lot of new characters. The plot moves along at a really good pace.
There's an actual plot.
There's a mystery. It's a pretty good mystery that's not just nonsense.
Yeah.
There's clues. We're getting some more clues that help build out the mystery. there was none of, in the infamous gelatin
Oh my god.
earthquake machine. Not even a machine, just gelatin causing earthquake. Gelatin underground.
I was watching a YouTuber make one of those cursed, like, 1950s jellos, and all I could think of was, wow, they used that to rob banks. Well, it's
To rob the Fort Knox or whatever the hell.
like, wow.
Well, anyway,
Mhm.
tailspin.
Tailspin.
Thank God. Yeah, I think we'll get into our episode.
Yes.
And before we do that, it is time for the game show within our podcast.
Okay.
It is now time for duck or false.
Okay.
This duck or false is a fill in the blank.
Okay.
Or short answer, I guess. Short answer.
Short answer essay.
Alright, what other iconic Disney villain shares a voice actor with Tailspin's Shere Khan?
Oh no. I don't know. Like, straight up, I
Damn.
I don't remember.
Damn, alright. It is Judge Claude Frollo.
I think you did tell me.
The voice actor is Tony J.
Uh-huh.
You seem surprised to see me, man cub. I can't imagine why. I wasn't going to let you get away with what you did to me. You see, you humiliated me, man cub. Surely you do realize I simply can't let you live.
So I went to Disneyland Oogie Boogie Bash, to
Mhm.
Disney California Adventure, whatever. I went to Oogie Boogie Bash at the start of October, and they had this big villain parade. That was a lot of fun. A lot of incredibly cool, like the coolest parade I've seen in Disneyland.
Yeah.
Like ever.
I've seen videos and I'm like, oh, so cool.
Very cool. They had like a random kind of villain section.
Yeah.
And they not only had the sheriff of Nottingham, not Prince John, just the sheriff of that movie. Very fun. They also had Judge Claude Frollo.
Wow.
And I was with my other friend, and we're joking before the parade, like, oh, I hope we see Frollo. And he was there. We
There.
were very excited. It was like the big mascot bobblehead
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
We were very excited to see Frollo. But it was like Frollo, like the ugly stepsisters, like the Sheriff of Nottingham, like the
Yeah.
most random one.
A.
Abomination.
B.
Blasphemy.
C.
Contrition.
D.
Damnation.
E.
Eternal damnation.
Good. F.
Festival.
Excuse me.
Forgiveness.
You said festival.
No!
You are thinking about going to the festival.
It's just that you go every year.
I am a public official. I must go. But I don't enjoy a moment. Thieves and cutpurses, the dregs of humankind, all mixed together in a shallow, drunken stupor.
The best and worst Disney villain.
Yeah.
So fucked.
I haven't watched that movie in a long time, but like as a child, I was really scared.
Most human, which makes him like the scariest. I know. I just rewatched Hunchback at like a couple months ago.
Uh-huh.
It's one of my favorite Disney movies. Still,
I just see it. I don't think I've seen it like as a grown up.
it's so. Oh, okay. Let's add that to the bottom of our 50 movie long movie list. But
And it needs to sit me down and watch.
I swear, so many movies and shows and blah, blah, blah. But Frollo's a really good villain.
Yeah.
Like he's so fucked. He's so scary. And Tony J performs him perfectly. And he does a really good Shere Khan. Well, we'll get into Shere Khan because spoilers, Shere Khan shows up in this episode. And he's a lot of fun.
So fun.
A very fun addition to the show. Alright, and so this episode, part 2, I guess, well, so as I think I said last time, Plunder and Lightning premiered as a full movie. And then was later cut up for syndication.
Yeah.
And so this, the whole movie was written by Alan Burnett, Len Uli, and Mark Zaslov. Storyboards, so many names. But in case they could still be around, so I do want to acknowledge if I can, if and when I can. So the storyboards for the movie are by Vicki Anderson, Larry Eichelberry, Sharon Forward, Warren Greenwood, Bob Klein, John Norton, Frank Power, David Schwartz, Lonnie Thompson, Hank Tucker, Wendell Washer, and Roy Wilson. It was directed by Larry Latham and Robert Taylor. And I think we will say, so I think I mentioned just a couple seconds ago that the movie was cut up, was edited for syndication. And this episode suffered the most from this editing. We'll get into that when it shows up. And it's like a random fun fact. In 2014, IGN listed Talespin as the 81st best cartoon in the top 100 animated shows.
Ooh.
Which is fun. I think it's deserved.
Yeah.
It's definitely I think we mentioned as of the Disney afternoon, it's definitely one of the better written ones. I mean, this and probably Gargoyles are the only ones that have plot.
Yeah.
Because Darkwing Duck is just everything's happening. After the pilot, it's just
kind of
shenanigans.
Free for all.
It's just shenanigans. It's very fun, but there isn't really consistency.
Yeah, it's not like super serialized.
Yes, yeah. Where Talespin has, while there isn't too much continuity, there is a more established world.
Yeah,
the world is firmly established. The characters are firmly established, and those things carry over between episodes.
Yeah.
Unlike Darkwing, where it's like just a 3 main cast, in kind of like Synchronard isn't nearly as defined as, say, Cape Suzette is. So, yeah. Speaking of Cape Suzette, the episode starts with a little opening with in Cape Suzette again.
Yes. And it's so pretty. Just all these mountains and all these buildings.
I love whenever there's establishing shots, we see planes flying by. Because just adding to, like, I think I said, like, I'm not sure how to define the world, besides it's a period piece, it's a bit steampunk, but this is a world where planes are the main mode of transportation.
Yeah.
There's cars and stuff, but planes have this very strong proliferance through the world, in Cape Suzette specifically.
Because, like, you can tell that it's because it's, like, a very mountainous area.
Yeah.
It's an island. So you... I don't know
if it's an island, but, like, it's like
there's a lot of water, yeah.
It's a lot of water and then mountains. So in order for anything to really come in and go, it's planes. Or we see those also boats, but planes are, like, the main way. And we get more shots of the different kinds of planes and, like, blimps. It's very cool.
Yeah, there's a shot we'll see later that I'm like, wow.
I love that, yeah. So I think, did we see Baloo's pigsty? We did. Last episode, right? We saw his pigsty, place of business / home, like...
clubhouse, whatever. It's like a little hut thing. And it's...
hut, like, it's it's a wooden building on, like, a dock. And the building itself is fine, but the inside is a mess. Like, when you imagine Bachelor Pad, this is what it is. There's, like, laundry strung inside.
Yeah, there's just kind of mess everywhere.
You know, no one's thrown out the trash in any of the trash cans.
There's just papers and stacks of things everywhere.
Yeah, like, it doesn't feel like a home at all. Like, Kit is sleeping in a hammock, and Baloo is sleeping in, like, an armchair.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if he even has a bed.
Who knows?
Yeah. I think it makes it seem also like that he doesn't have, like, a permanent residency. Like, playing is his home.
Yeah, and he doesn't really spend that much time here.
Yeah.
Sleeping, holding, like, a string.
He's holding, like, a soda cup. I do like this alarm clock.
Yeah.
It goes off. Like, what? I want this.
It's like a plane, and then, like, the front is, like, the actual...
Yeah, the propeller is, like, the clock, and it rings. Like, the alarm rings.
So Kit is the one that wakes up, and he notices that it's 10 a.m. already. And they had said that they had to be there at 9?
That's because they have to go, so, I guess to recap, Baloo told Kit, other way around. Kit told Baloo about the gem he stole from the pirates, and that's why they're after him.
Yes.
But that he hid it at Louis, and that he's willing to split the cost of it. Like, they're gonna go and see what exactly it is and what it's worth.
Yeah. But then also, at the same time, Baloo has to get that money to the bank, like, I think, early in the morning. Pretty early. So they had
to buy his plane back.
Yeah, so even earlier.
The mortgage or whatever on
whatever
the plane.
It was.
Yeah.
So even they had to wake up even earlier in order to be able to get to Louis and then go back. But it's already 10 in the morning.
Yes. Because,
Baloo's just that chill.
Yeah.
And I guess he can't comprehend why anyone else would not be as chill as
Yes. Yeah, he doesn't, like, get the gravity of
Yeah.
kind of what's coming at him.
Yeah.
It's just funny, like how he's so irresponsible that he's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it'll be fine. Like he's putting in zero effort, but he'll just assume everything will work.
Yeah.
And obviously, Kit is the one who is responsible. And Baloo has to be reminded about the treasure. Like even the subtitles, like the treasure. It's very fun.
Baloo, it's already 10 a.m.
Nothing's getting me out of this chair.
The treasure.
Treasure? Oh, kid, you just said my two favorite words.
Baloo gets up and we see he has like a record player that he turns on. There's also a burger.
There's a burger on it. I think I literally went, ew.
Yeah. Cold. That burger is stone cold.
Who knows how long the thing has been in?
He eats it. He eats all of it. And the song that plays, like the beat, is the same song he was singing in the last episode, which makes me think that it's like a in-universe reveal song.
Ooh, yeah.
It explains why Kit knows it at the end of the episode, because in the actual episode he bursts into the bar after Baloo finishes his song.
Okay.
But if it's like a song in universe, it would make sense. It would explain why Kit and Baloo can sing it together.
Yeah.
At the end of the last episode.
Okay. Yeah.
Is what you're going to say about it?
I am. It is. The subtitles say that there's a lively Latin music.
Yes.
Which immediately reminded me of the fact that in Latin American Spanish at least, the original Baloo in the Jungle Book movie is voiced by I wrote this whole thing here. Comedy and musical legend Germán Valdés, also known as Tintan, and he was incredibly prolific. He comes from a family of very important comedians in Mexico. He's brother to Manuel El Loco Valdés. I think he's still alive, or actually don't know. He's also a very popular comedian. And he was also brothers with Ramon Valdés, who is more famous as playing Don Ramon in El Chavo del Ocho. So he's from that family. Yeah. And he was he did over 100 movies.
Oh, shit.
He did over 11 records. And so he's the person that I think of when I think of Baloo, because I had my copy of The Jungle Book in VHS was in Spanish. Yes. And my dad would always be like, well, Baloo is voiced by Khan.
The dad, every single time you watch it, the dad,
the
trivia.
Fact, yeah. I'm like, yes, I know. It's just really fun because, I learned that, he also voiced Thomas O'Malley from the Aristocats.
Oh, that makes sense. Because I think Phil Harris, who's Baloo's original voice actor, also voiced Thomas O'Malley.
Yeah. And Tintan, his whole thing was he was known as El Pachuco. He was one of the people that brought Pachuco culture from LA, Chicanos, into Mexico, and he portrayed them in film.
Yeah.
So he's very famous in that. So that style, that swing style, I'm ooh, that fits.
Oh. Does he also do the singing then?
Yeah, he does the singing.
Oh, right there.
Yeah. And a fun fact that I heard is that when he got the role, he wanted to thank Walt Disney, personally for giving him the role. So he literally went to the Disney headquarters and actually they met and talked for a little bit.
Oh.
And yeah, and I'm that's really fun because I'm there's no photos of it, but just the fact that it happened.
I know, yeah, you don't need. Everyone was meeting Walt Disney in the 60s,
yeah, that was very fun. Just my little childhood. Tintan is the voice.
Yeah. Would he have voiced? Do you know if he voiced Baloo in the series or no?
No, he had already passed away
okay.
by then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm he's just a very iconic guy in Chicano culture.
Oh.
Yeah, I think he was really excited to do voices in Disney. I'm yeah.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, it's always fun to do voices in Disney. I think.
That's
fun fact. Yeah.
So now you can tell people. Did you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's good. But I don't know. I really like. I should listen to the Spanish. Don't you look in Spanish?
I feel I know it more in Spanish.
Yeah.
Still, the elephant section so fucking sucks.
Oh my god. Corporal, Commander, something with an H.
And you know what sucks? I still get the song stuck in my head randomly.
Yeah, the one.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. It's like we're elephants on parade. Dun, 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 dun.
And I'm just like, leave me alone.
Fucking awful. It's awful. I rewatched The Jungle Book for this and Shere Khan didn't show up, and I'm like, what was he even about in the original movie? I should, go back. The vultures show up at the end and how they're supposed to be based off of the Beatles originally.
What? No, I didn't know.
Oh yeah, from what I've heard, they're meant to be based on the Beatles, but the Beatles said no thanks, and so then quickly redesigned the Beatles to make them not look the vultures to make them not look like the Beatles, and they have just other British people voicing them, and they have a song, and I was like, whoa, where did this come from? I was barely listening to it, but I was like, oh, there's a song happening now.
Wow.
It's not very good.
I feel like that's the thing. There's like a couple of iconic scenes from the movie.
In Jungle Book 1967, it's there for bare necessities and what's Louise? I want to be like you.
I want to be like you. Yeah.
That's the whole movie.
I'm like, I want to be like you has so many remixes.
Yes, the swing.
It's electro swing
incredible.
Remix. So good.
Like that's what that movie is for.
Yeah.
Those two songs. Because the rest of it is the movie just kind of like trails off.
Yeah. It's
like,
it reminds me of like Alice in Wonderland in that sense.
Yeah, it's like, it's over.
Yeah. Here's a couple of weird stories.
Yeah, and it's over now.
And,
so that's why I don't mind that they rebooted Jungle Book. I like the reboot. It is an exception to the reboots. I hate most of the 90% of the Disney live action quote unquote remakes. Jungle Book I'm cool with because they base it more on the book, and they just give us a lot more story and world building, which you all know I love me some good world building. Anyway, off topic.
Yes.
Baloo. I love Baloo. He's very fun.
He's so chill and
to his detriment.
It's so fight him.
Yeah. Yes. Right now he's jamming out because he's gonna be rich. He's gonna make money. And Kit, the responsible one, is like, okay, yeah, we have to get out of here. We gotta get to Louis. If not, they're gonna shut this place down. It seems like his cargo company is his plane.
Yeah.
Can't have one without the other. So they need to hurry up before the bank sends someone to like repossess his plane.
And Baloo is just straight up dancing. He's like, like don't worry about it. Like it's way too early for someone to show up.
Yeah. And I love Kit's you hope. I really like their relationship.
It's so funny.
It's great. Not only does the bank not send someone, the bank already sold his shit, we learn.
Yeah.
Because we see a lady at the door. She has to like clean the little window in the door. She has to clean it of grime.
Yeah.
And she's knocking. And Baloo thinks it's a customer. So he's like, oh, okay, we're safe.
Fine, yeah.
Just a customer.
Good morning,
We're closed, lady. Come back when the sun's warm, like June. Bye-bye.
Pretty rude.
Fucking rude. Because we see a bear.
Yeah.
A lady bear. With like a 1940s kind of style.
Victory roll kind of
for
thing.
The name,
Yeah.
yes. Hairdo. She's brown. She's wearing a
cute little like long navy coat.
Yeah. And she says, good morning. Baloo interrupts her to say, we're closed. Leave.
He's like pretty much he's like, get out, don't come back until like a year from now. Yeah. Bye. Slap the door
in her face. And he goes right back to like kind of dancing.
Yeah.
And I think he accidentally like pulls up the shades on the window. And this lady slams in through the window. And I think it's very fun.
I love that.
And she's obviously very offended that he would treat her, what he thinks is a customer.
Yeah.
Like this.
Yeah, she's like, no wonder your business is fake.
Immediately on his ass. And she gets up in his face.
Oh, I love that.
And we see, because he says, oh, you're acting like you own the place.
Yeah, because she like pushes past him.
Yeah.
And she does.
Yes, she bought the deed to his plane and his company this morning.
Yeah.
When he didn't pay his loan, the bank sold it to her.
If this is how you treat customers, Buster, it's no wonder this business is failing.
Oh, back off, lady. You act like you own this place.
I do.
What?
When you didn't pay your loan this morning, the bank sold the deed to me.
And Kid is like, I told you, like,
Yeah.
we were late.
Yeah. She hands Valoo like the deed.
Mm-hmm. I was like shook that I guess business goes on this early.
Yes, yeah. I don't think she's introduced herself yet.
No.
But the bear, the lady bear,
Mhm.
is kind of checking out her new place of business that she's bought, and we see more of Baloo's mess.
Mm-hmm.
She's in what might be the kitchen.
I guess.
Maybe there's a pot of something, or maybe it's not. It's like a wooden counter.
Yeah, like the pot is leaking and also hot because he's steaming on like
Yeah,
socks.
there's socks. And
Mail.
there's like a portrait of the sea duck on the wall. Yeah, there's tons of mail. And she's kind of just like scoping through the mess.
Yeah.
And what she's heard about him.
Mm-hmm.
And I do like she said at the bank says he's a terrific pilot.
Yeah. It's like he's like
like
said
so
last
known,
episode,
like,
yeah,
yeah.
that he's well known, he's respected. He obviously has like a good reputation.
Yes, for his piloting,
Yeah,
not
for his piloting.
anything else. Because it seems like that's what the bank told her, that he's a great pilot, and Billy's obviously like, oh, no, well, I don't know. Well, yes, I am.
Yeah.
But that she's still right on him. That he's also sloppy, careless, and rude.
Yeah.
Not letting up. It's great.
I love that. I really love that he just climbs through the window.
Like, I own this building. I'm gonna climb through the window. Like, how fucking dare.
Fucking dare you.
And we finally learn her name.
Yeah. She's Rebecca Cunningham, and she's a business major.
Yes. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
It's fun. Like, and especially since obviously the show is set in like the 30s.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously a woman going to college is
Yeah.
a big deal, especially at this time.
I just love her aesthetic. I'm obsessed with like.
I'm obsessed with Rebecca. She is so fun. It makes me think that maybe she went back to school.
Yeah.
Got her business degree.
Yeah.
Because we see that she has a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
But Rebecca Cunningham her character was inspired by the show Cheers,
Oh.
which I have not watched.
No.
I only know the theme song, which is banging.
I think I watched half a video essay about Cheers,
Dang.
and then I stopped watching.
I know Cheers. I know Frasier is technically a spin-off of Cheers. Which
Never mind that. I watched half of Frasier.
I just learned that Frasier is a spin-off of
Yeah,
Cheers. I was like,
yeah.
pardon? The Cheers universe? The CCU? But at the time, Cheers was apparently one of the most popular shows on television. And that Mark Zaslav created the character of Rebecca, who's voiced by actress Sally Struthers, basing her on the character Rebecca Howe, and giving her the character's arc of being an intelligent and headstrong yet inexperienced manager put in charge of a fledgling business.
Yes.
Which is, I really love Rebecca. She is, she is an actual character.
Yeah.
She is a real character
Mm-hmm.
in a Disney show,
Yes.
which is rare. We've learned it's very rare. Because like before this,
Yeah.
should we even count gummy bears?
No, because I don't remember.
Grammy Gummy, and it's June Foray. I think it's June Foray, right? It's not Lucy Taylor. It's June Foray. Yes, it's June Foray. It's Magica and Ma Beagle. But I mean, DuckTales.
Yeah.
Like, okay, what is our female representation in DuckTales? What do we got?
We got Webby.
Garbage.
It's just Beakley.
Yeah, we have Webby and Beakley, and then Magica sometimes. She's a bad guy, so this doesn't count.
Gandra.
Stop. Yeah, so like comparing Rebecca Cunningham to like Mrs. Beakley. Not Gandra doesn't count. Like a mainstay character, that's Mrs. Beakley or Webby. It is like a complete different universe. Like I think we said how Gadget was a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
She's a good character. She's just in like this kind of boring garbage show. Gadget would be great in a show like this.
Yeah.
She's like a full mouse person. Like a full mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
we
talked about how that's the problem with the Rescue Rangers.
Yes, that they are rodents.
In a people world.
They're in a people world, and it really limits the scope of the characters and the world.
Yeah.
This show doesn't have that problem, so these are all fully realized characters. Rebecca Cunningham is a business major.
Yes.
And just who are you, sister?
Rebecca Cunningham, business major. I've been looking for a failing company like this for some time.
I just love that she says it.
Yeah, I love that because she like explains that she's been looking for like a failing company
Yes.
because she wants to like fix it up, turn it into like an actual business.
Turn it into a success.
Yeah.
And that it's a failing company because she can afford that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so she can buy something small and bad and turn it into something great.
Yeah. And I love at the same time, like, she's like, you know, like, this place needs a woman's touch. And I'm like, yeah, like, that's like a little
Woman's touch. Insert song.
Yes.
A woman's touch, a woman's touch. The magic of Aladdin couldn't do as much. She's a wizard, she's a champ, and she doesn't need a lamp.
It's like, you get, like, a sense of her character, like,
Yes.
right immediately.
And that she's a very strong character.
Yeah.
Like, she's a strong female character. TM.
Yeah.
And
Hashtag.
I mean, you know, like, compared to even a show, obviously, like, Gadget was, guys, again, back to Gadget, she was trapped in a very limited show. Her character is great, but, like her supporting cast was not there for her.
No.
Meanwhile, here, Rebecca is one of many strong characters. And the fact that she's a female character she's not like the token girl character.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, she's an adult. She's an adult. She's a mom, we see.
Yeah.
And right away, she, like, is calling Baloo out on his shit, which he really desperately needs.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it's so good.
I love Rebecca. And yeah, like, her and Baloo's relationship changes throughout the show. Obviously, like I assume, like, in Cheers, there's like a animosity flirt thing she has going on with Baloo, and they actually do become friends later in the show.
She's very nice.
She's great.
I love her.
Without her coat, she's wearing like a pink jacket thing.
Yeah, and then like a turtleneck, like a white turtleneck with like a high pant.
Then we see she's like scoping out the mess of Baloo's place. She opens up a door to like the haunted mansion. Like, it's like that corner when you're climbing up out of the pirates.
Oh yeah.
And there's just the eyes, like the very just like low effort, just eyes in the shadows. She opens the door to that.
Oh my god. That's why I was like, maybe there was a bedroom once upon a time.
Yeah, it's buried. And Baloo tries to, like, get up in her face, like hold on, like, this is my company, whatever.
Yeah.
Kid's trying to shut him up, being like, yeah, okay, sure, whatever, Baloo, we gotta go.
Yeah.
Like, we kind of have, you know,
we have things to do, like,
we're gonna make big money. He tells Rebecca that he's, oh, I bet you're gonna do great here.
Yeah.
And she takes it, very sincerely.
Yeah, she's so sweet.
Yeah, he reminds Baloo about the treasure.
Sure.
And Baloo's like, oh, yeah. We see it in this scene. He's gonna keep reminding Baloo when he starts getting, like, all
worked up
about Rebecca. And every time Baloo's like, oh, yeah. Right, the treasure.
So they go to leave.
Yes.
To Louis. And he, like, twirls, I think, the key.
Yeah, the key to the plane.
Yeah. And she's immediately like, wait just a minute.
Not in my plane. Yank! And she yanks the keys out of his hand. It's his own fault for just, like, flashing him around.
Yeah. God.
Because the plane is hers.
Yeah.
She owns it.
I'm assuming, like, the loan just was to everything. Yeah.
And, Boo's like, no, like, Sea Duck is mine. And, well, not according to the bank, it's not. And he can buy it back for, what, $50,000?
Yeah.
Which is insane. It's like, even for, or especially for olden times, especially for, I'm like, wait, money.
Yeah. Always gonna come up.
Yeah. I mean, especially for, because originally he had to pay like a $3,000, $5,000 loan, but since he negated on the final payment, they're like, oh, it's gone. The whole plane is sold. Like, it's, gone.
Yep.
And Baloo starts to kind of really get in her face.
Yeah.
Before he can really start arguing with her. We meet Rebecca's daughter.
Yes, who also claims to be with.
Yes. Like mother, like daughter.
She's so sweet.
She's so cute. She was waiting in the car.
Now, just a prop spinning minute. The Sea Duck is mine.
Not according to the bank.
Oh, that's it.
Mommy, do I still have to wait in the car?
Oh, I'm sorry, honey. Come see our new place. This is my daughter, Molly. We'll be staying here until I find an apartment.
And so she's a little yellow bear cub. Yellow-furred bear cub. she has little bows like around her ears.
Yeah,
which is
like little pigtails.
yeah, which is fun because she has like bangs, but not like hair.
Yeah,
So it's cute that her bows are like around her ears.
Adorable. She's wearing like little blue overalls with like little like salmon colored shirt,
Yeah.
t-shirt.
She has a little bear doll. I keep thinking the bear doll is like meant to be black.
Yeah.
Like because the bear doll has like brown fur and like the really dark brown like
kind of like Raggedy Ann hair in that sense.
Like not string, yarn hair.
Yarn hair, yeah. When I was writing the notes, I kept hearing Lucy being mentioned, and I kept forgetting that was the doll.
The doll, yeah.
So I was like, who the fuck is Lucy? Because I was like editing, because when I do notes, sometimes they're really spaced out, so I just erase all of that. And I was like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah. So this is Molly.
Yes.
And Rebecca shows her around the mess, and that they'll be staying in the building until she finds a new apartment.
Yes.
Side note, we do see Rebecca's apartment a couple times. I think first time, I think the episode following this, at least on Disney Plus. I think it came from Beneath the Sea Duck, but or maybe not. I could be wrong. Either way, her apartment is banging.
Oh, yeah,
it is so nice. And then you see where Baloo and Kit will see later in the show. They live in the building in the Hire for Hire spoilers building. They have their own bedrooms, and like comparing this to like her like high rise waterfall like the most beautiful fucking like art deco style. It's such a nice apartment.
So pretty.
It's so funny comparing that to like the wooden building they live in. It's not a bad building, but it is
like a whole
an insane difference. Her apartment is so nice. I want her apartment so bad.
Yeah, I saw like the kitchen, right? It was like I was like, so pretty,
insane. Anyway, she's carrying Molly through the rest of the building. And Baloo's now trying to appeal to Rebecca, saying like, "Come on, like the plane is his baby.
Yeah.
Like it's the most important thing to him. Like please give it back to me." She's like, "Okay, $50,000 and she's yours."
She's like, "Oh, you know, like if you can't do that, I'm also looking for a pilot."
Yes.
And you know.
Yeah, because she knows obviously that he's a very good pilot. It's like the one thing that she knows about him.
Yeah, and Blue's so angry.
So pissed. Yeah.
This is on you, my guy.
It's completely on him. But like she's coming in and like criticizing everything about him, and so he's all like upset about it. But like he had a burger on top of a record player. It's deserved. Burger, yes. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt since he was holding like a soda cup that they got burgers the night before, and he put it there for safekeeping. So it's just like a stone cold burger.
Oh no.
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. And again, Kid has to be like, Louise!
Yeah.
Come on! Like, just agree so you can take the plane!
Exactly. Oh my god. So yeah, immediately Blue's like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, you know what? He calls her Becky.
Yeah.
I'll be your pilot.
Yeah, he's like, I would love to be your pilot. Like, just total suck up. And she's like, okay.
Yeah.
And it's Rebecca, not Becky.
Yeah.
It's, you're gonna lose that argument. And she wants to meet Kid as well. She's like, oh, who else do we have on staff?
Oh.
And it makes me wonder, because they don't, like, ever really, like, Kid introduces himself very politely. I like he's so polite. He's a good boy.
He really is.
He gets up to mischief.
Yes.
But, like, he's genuinely, like, a nice kid.
Come to think of it, I'd love to be your pilot, Becky.
Good. And it's Rebecca, not Becky. Now, who else do we have on staff?
Kit Cloudkicker, ma'am. I'm the navigator.
It's just funny, because like, they never ask, like, really who Kid is?
Yeah.
So I'm like, does she think he's Baloo's son?
I would assume.
I would think so.
Yeah. Even though he literally met this child like a day before.
It's already his kid.
Yeah.
It's done. Yeah, so Kid, like, takes his hat off to introduce himself, and he's the navigator. And immediately he and, like, Molly are, like, best buds.
Sweet.
They're so cute.
They're, like, standing in front of, like, an armchair, and Molly, like, stands up, and she, like, gets on his back, and then they start playing, like, airplane.
Yeah.
And it's just so sweet.
Immediately. It's so cute. Again, like, just, like, comparing the character of Molly, who is, like, the new character who comes in, and then with Kid, who's, like, our main kid.
Yeah.
I'm kind of comparing it to Webby and the boys in DuckTales, original DuckTales, and how they immediately hate her fucking guts, and they don't stop hating her.
They're so mean to her.
And it's deserved half the time because she's so fucking stupid.
Oh my god, I was still thinking about the when she keeps making shit wishes during the movie, and I'm just like, yeah, dude, they have to waste so many wishes. Those are dumb shit.
Yes, yeah, the movie and then in the show, Webby is just the most poorly written character, and everybody hates her except for Scrooge. And right away, there's an animosity between her and the main boys.
Yeah.
And like she's just written terribly. Like it's some of the most sexist writing for like, a female character. And she's about the same age as Molly is in the show, but Molly is pretty well written. She's a kid character. She doesn't have any of the annoying traits that Webby has. I can say that definitively because I've watched all of Talespin.
Yeah.
She's great, and we see right away that Kit is very big brotherly to her, like just playing with her without question.
Like really sweet connection, and we get to see like her because she does something that's very similar to what Webby does, but it's just like a different vibe.
She's smart. Like she's a smart kid, and nobody hates her.
Exactly.
She's not written by writers who hate her and hate women.
Little girls specifically.
Yes, they think who thinks little girls are dumb and that pink is a stupid girl color. That girls have cooties. Because I think Kid is also like older than the boys. And then Kid is like 11, 12.
Yeah.
Molly's like 6. Right away, it's like a very sweet relationship. And I love that Molly wants to be a tail gunner.
Yeah.
But Rebecca tells her that she's too young. I'm like, oh, yeah, you'd be a tail gunner when you're older.
She's like, aw. But she immediately, like, perks up because she's talking to Baloo. Yeah. And she's like, oh, you know, like, I bet, like, being a pilot is, like, the coolest thing ever. Yeah. And Baloo's like, well, it used to
be before all these girls showed up. Before he started getting bossed around.
Exactly. Before life, you know, in reality.
Yes, before when he can still just be like a bum. Like a bachelor bum.
Oh my god.
And I love Rebecca's saying how she has a plane and 2 of her very own employees.
Yeah.
Cue this trap door opening up and revealing the best character in the show.
I had forgotten about him, and he was very fun.
Straight up, there's like a bunch of garbage under this trapdoor that gets flung to the side, and we're introduced to the one and only Wildcat.
Gosh, suddenly I've got an office, a plane, and 2 of my very own employees.
Hey, Baloo, I finally fixed that sewer pipe. You want the old one?
Make that 3. Our mechanic, Wildcat. Wildcat, meet Rebecca Cunningham, our new boss.
Really? Well, you smell pretty good for a boss.
Thanks.
This poor little guy was all clogged up. He was saying, help me, I can't breathe, I got a cold.
This is a mechanic? He couldn't tell a screwdriver from a bus driver.
I didn't say, my bad. Molly is voiced by Jenna Mitchells, who was a former child actress. Not former for any bad reason. Former, she just quit acting.
Oh, yeah.
She was in a couple small things. I really like her as Molly. It's a very cute voice.
Yeah.
It's a good voice.
Very sweet.
And Wildcat is voiced by Pat Fraley. He's one of those voice actors who is additional voices in a bunch of movies and cartoons, but he is, I think, best known as the voice of Krang, Casey Jones, and Baxter Stockman in the original 1987 Ninja Turtles cartoon.
Oh, okay.
Which is very fun.
Yeah.
I'm so glad he's not voiced by Jim Cummings. I don't even understand.
Honestly, yeah.
Because he looks like Tigger.
Tigger.
Tigger smoked weed.
Tigger was a stoner instead of, like, stimulants.
Yes. Adderall? Instead of Adderall.
Oh my god. Yeah, so he has a very fun vibe.
He's a lion.
Yeah.
But I love that he's shrimpy.
Yeah.
Like, cause we obviously have Shere Khan, who is a very big tiger, and we have Wildcat, who's a lion, and we see he has like a
visor.
Yeah, orange visor, and he's wearing like a mechanic's jumpsuit because he's a mechanic. And we see that
he's fixing like a clogged pipe,
sewer pipe. Like he was just down somewhere. And that this is their third employee of this air company, this air service. He's so great. I love him so much. And he's not super smart.
No.
That's the thing. Like he's not like, at least I don't know, like he's not socially aware.
Exactly. Yeah, I was gonna say that because we see that
He's very smart.
Very smart.
Baloo introduces Wildcat to Rebecca.
She's like, oh.
She's like, what is this? Like,
who is this man that just popped?
It's like just popped out of the... And he shakes Rebecca's hand and tells her she smells very good for a boss. Yeah, it's cute. Because she's a lady, so she smells nice.
Yeah.
But his hands are covered in
like sewer.
Gross slime.
Yeah.
And he shakes her hand and she's like, oh my god. He has this whole little bit about how he cleaned
a clogged pipe.
He was like calling for help. He was all choked up.
Put the clip because it's so like the deliveries is so funny.
He collapses on the ground and lays there for a bit to sell the bit.
We love a person that can commit to the bit.
It's so sweet. And Rebecca's obviously like, like, how's this a mechanic? Like, this man is currently high.
And like, Baloo was like, your thing.
Yeah, he's like, just watch. And so he goes and grabs a phone that he has like in a bucket.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, those phones need like a cord, right? They need to be attached to the wall.
They do, yeah.
That's how they work, right? So that's how landlines work, right? Whatever. Baloo takes this random like rotary phone out of a bucket, smashes it with the bucket, and then drops it in front of Wildcat, who is still laying flat on the floor.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, Wildcat, I think something's wrong with the phone." And Wildcat sits up, and he starts fixing it, and we hear Baloo in the background counting down from 10. And he's off screen for a good chunk of that, which is fun.
And he like immediately fixes it. Immediately the phone starts ringing.
The call is for Rebecca. And I love that the scene ends with her answering the call. Because, it was ringing for her. And that's Wildcat. I love him.
So fun.
So fun. And now we are in, like, downtown Cape Suzette. We got a bunch of, again, really nice shots of the city. And so planes going by. And we go up to Khan Tower. The headquarters of Khan, I think Khan Industries.
But yes. Ooh, this like villainous. So good.
Because we pan up to the building and specifically to Shere Khan's office, which has a massive like
kind of like jungle basically.
It's not like greenhouse almost going on. And
he has like these big like red curtains, so it's
like the jungle, the plants themselves are all black. Like black and in shadow, and he has these massive blood red curtains and just like one sliver of where sunlight's coming through.
So
really nice. Like just like immediate like whoa. This is a real guy. Like immediate like the tone shift is very fun.
And obviously we get some like carnivorous plants.
Yeah, he's pruning like his flower. He's wearing gardening gloves. He has some cartoonishly massive Venus flytraps that are like
piranha. Wait, the piranha plants from Audrey too.
Kind of like that. Like these are like
they're huge.
Yeah, they're cartoonishly huge. Yes. And we see some fucking mook, like Khan employee.
Yeah.
Khan Industries employee. You learn later in the series, kind of just throughout that all of Khan's employees are cats.
Yeah.
Only cats, with like one exception. Which is Buzz, the scientist, the bird guy.
Yeah.
For the most part, like his board of directors, his employees, they're all cats, like we saw with Not Bagheera in episode 1. And there's a shrimpy little tiger who is voiced by Jim Cummings, who comes in to give Khan some news.
Yeah. I do like his performance in this. He's very nervous, because obviously, like, I guess he was sent to deliver this.
Yes, yeah. I'm gonna fucking send that new guy. Jesus. So we see Shere Khan in full now.
Yeah.
It blows my mind. Like, it's like, hey, you remember Shere Khan from the Jungle Book? The tiger. We put him in a suit. We put him in a suit and tie.
He's a hunk. He's very threatening. He's this, like, blooming presence.
Yes. No, yeah, he's great. We see he sits down, he takes off his gardening gloves. He speaks in Tony J's, like, insanely deep voice.
Oh, it's an amazing voice.
So immediately, like, his presence is, like, very overwhelming. And this fucking noob guy who we don't get his name.
Mm-mm.
He has an update on the stone, like
Yeah.
what happened to it.
And he's so nervous, like he
Yeah.
cannot deliver the news because Shere Khan has to be like, "Hurry up,
Yeah,
like just tell me."
like has the stone been found? And he's
Mhm.
like, not exactly.
He's like, "Well, like the pilot is safe." He was like,
Yeah,
"I don't care."
give a shit. What happened to the stone?
But you'll be happy to know we located our pilot, safe and...
Where is the stone?
It's been stolen.
By whom?
Air pirates.
I've spent years building Khan Industries into the biggest corporation in the world. And I've discovered that business is like a jungle. You see, there are the eaters, and there are the eatens. Find those pirates.
Yes, sir.
Bon appetit.
And we see while he's like stuttering
Yeah.
through this news that one of the Venus flytrap plants is starting to reach out like a fucking root, like a not a tentacle, like
a root, yeah,
like a root to like snatch up the tiger guy,
Mhm.
the tiger employee.
Yep.
And Shere Khan is like, again, where is the stone?
Yeah.
And he reluctantly admits that it's been stolen, as like the root like wraps around his ankle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, by some air pilots.
By pirates. By air
No.
pirates. And he has to like, that's the hardest part for him to get out.
Yeah, and I love this little detail because we see like a shot of Shere Khan like scratching the desk.
Yeah, like his claws come out
Mhm.
and like dig into the desk while his
Yeah.
tone never changes.
Yeah.
So it's this very silent demonstration of how pissed he is.
So good.
And it looks great. It looks so cool. And it's menacing as hell.
I love that.
Meanwhile, this employee is now getting dragged across the room by the plant. And he knows not to say anything. He doesn't say anything about it because he knows not to.
And yeah, you see him like struggling at one point, like to try to grab some. My guy. Oh my god.
And Khan, yeah, the rest of this is him just like kind of threatening his employee to like get shit done.
Mm-hmm.
He has this whole jungle analogy.
Yeah,
it's very fun because Jungle Book.
Jungle Book.
That how the world is made up of the eaters and the eatens.
Mm-hmm.
So get shit done, or you're gonna get eaten.
Yep.
Khan will have this guy killed. 1000%.
Because as he's saying his speech, he's like feeding the Venus flytrap.
Yeah.
So let's go with the employee.
Yeah.
But it's like, I won't stop it next time.
Yeah. He orders him to find the pirates. And he like gives an evil chuckle.
So good.
He goes back to his dad. It's really good. So Tony J, obviously the voice of Shere Khan.
Mm-hmm.
And he also voiced Shere Khan in the Jungle Book 2, the direct to VHS and or DVD.
Mm-hmm.
He took over from George Saunders, who voiced Shere Khan in the 1967 film.
Mm-hmm.
And I rewatched the original Jungle Book to get a feel for what Shere Khan's character was like originally.
Yeah.
Because I could not remember. And Shere Khan is a much chiller guy in the original Jungle Book. The guy voicing him, he has a deep voice, but he's a lot more jovial up until when he's finally trying to kill Mowgli.
Yeah.
Before that, I think jovial is the best way to describe him. There's like a threatening undertone the whole time, but he's smiling and joking around as he goes searching for Mowgli.
Mm-hmm.
The Shere Khan is immediately threatening.
Yeah.
And 80% of that is Tony J's delivery. He's just very intensely deep Claude Frollo voice.
Yeah.
That I will kill you just by the strength of my voice. You will be dead.
Like he tells you that he is like the most important businessman, but you believe it.
Yeah.
Like you believe his
He's like this
power.
ruthless. Yeah. You know the cops are all in his pocket.
Yeah,
like, you know. But Shere Khan is actually a really interesting character. Just throughout the show, he's not strictly bad.
Yeah.
Like he does have this, I guess, more. I don't know if moral compass, but I would definitely say he's more neutral.
Yeah.
Like he does stuff to benefit himself, but if someone does help him, if someone does impress him, he will kind of admit to that.
Yeah.
And he does kind of play by the rules in some sense, where he won't fuck someone over just because.
Yeah.
There's plenty of episodes where he does end up helping Baloo and the gang, just because whoever's trying to fuck with Baloo is also fucking with Shere Khan.
Yeah. He has his own like set of rules that he very much like plays by.
Yeah, like one really good episode, I can't remember what it's called. Probably some sort of Khan pun in it, because a couple of those have puns. But there's an episode where Baloo saves Shere Khan from air pirates. And Khan is genuinely grateful. Like, you saved my life.
Yeah.
Whatever you want, it's yours. And Baloo at first is like, oh, no, like, you don't need to pay me for saving your life. But then later he's like, I'd like to buy back the sea duck.
Yeah.
Khan's like, done, here's money. And Baloo's like, oh, shit. And so he goes, buy back the sea duck. But then he takes advantage of Khan's generosity and keeps going back to ask for more stuff. And mildly blackmailing Khan, that, like, he'll tell people that he saved his life.
Yeah.
And that's, insulting for Khan. And it gets to the point where Khan is like, okay, enough of this. He has the mob kidnap Baloo and have the ransom be the total for everything Khan gave him.
Yeah.
So everything Baloo got from Khan, he has to sell or give back to the mob, who then give to Khan.
Amazing.
It's incredible. Like, Baloo gets just kidnapped. It's great. And at the end, Baloo has to tell Khan, like, we're good, we're done. Like, it was more trouble than it was worth. So that's a really good episode.
So we go back to the newly named place. Now it's called Hire for Hire.
Yes, instead of Baloo's Air Service. That's a good name. Like, it's catchy.
It's good.
Like, you're going to remember the name Hire for Hire more than you'll remember Baloo's Air Service.
And they're redecorating everything, basically.
Yeah, which it needs good. It needs it. And we see one of the really great things about Talespin is the diversity in the character designs. Which much more than DuckTales, and not even going to mention Gummy Bears. And even more so than Darkwing Duck. There's all kinds of animal designs in this world that reminds me more of current not current. R.I.P. Reboot DuckTales. And really great diversity in character designs. We see just right here these random worker guys who are replacing the sign. We have like a mongoose ferret guy, a rhino, and like a beaver or something.
Yeah.
And throughout the show, there are like background characters. There'll be all kinds of species. And it really makes the world feel more fleshed out.
Yeah.
In a way that I think 2017 DuckTales definitely took inspiration from. Because not even Darkwing had this much diversity in character designs. It was mostly dogs and ducks.
Yeah.
With some
like other kind of birds usually.
I stole and says Megavolt is a rat.
Yes.
It's nothing, he's a rat.
Yeah.
And like Tuscarini, there's some couple that are fun, but like since this world is so fleshed out, we see lots of background characters and they'll be all over the place. And even for main characters, we have a villain later who's like a small crocodile. We have a villain later who's a jaguar, a villain who's a cheetah. We have bad guys who are boars. Really fun character designs. Oh god, there's a cop, there's a detective. I can't remember his name, but he's like a little dog.
Oh.
And he has the most gravelly smoker voice you can imagine. And he's like 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Amazing.
I can't remember his name, but he's such a fun fucking character. So that's something I really like about the show, and that I noticed while watching it all.
Yeah.
That they do not skimp on the character design. They're just having fun all over the place.
And we see that Wildcat has been painting the sea duck, like a lot of really lively colors.
Yes, like a Wildcat is like chilling. He's like, sure.
Sure.
They have painted the sea duck and tied balloons to it.
Yes.
And then Molly helped.
Yes.
Rebecca calls for Baloo.
Who is changing, and Baloo refuses to come out because he hates the uniform.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the uniform?
Bad.
It's bad.
I
agree with Baloo.
Skin could come out, and like he says, they look like
soda
jerks, and it looks like a marching band uniform,
or like what I think like hotel like
yes, held like a bellboy, with insane shoulder, like the shoulder pads are like the sides of the wings of a plane.
They have little propellers.
Yes, on their hats.
It's good.
And they're bright red with like orangey. They're
Yeah,
blood orange.
Blood orange.
With like navy like sleeves. Not good.
No.
And then we see the plane, which Baloo freaks over. And the plane has like a face drawn on the front and like.
See, I like it without the face.
Yes. Yeah, because there's the kind of, not quite rainbows, but
like a tasteful kind of like.
Yeah.
Green, a little bit of rainbow.
Yeah. A rainbow on the side. So that's nice. But yeah, there's like a smiley face on the front of it. Baloo's like, what did you do to my plane? And Rebecca's like, oh, it made it cute.
Yeah. I think that's like her thing for a lot of things, and it's just cuter.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're right.
Yes, yeah.
Right.
But Baloo's insisting that no one's gonna hire a pilot dressed like a flying soda truck.
And she is like, oh no.
Yeah.
She's like, well, I already got us like a huge job, and it's the Fandango Mango account.
Yes. This is before Fandango. The movie ticket company existed. So whenever I hear it, I'm like, what? Yeah. So
he was impressed because he's like, what?
Yeah. So even with the maybe not great aesthetic decisions, her business decisions are good.
Yeah.
Because we see that right away. The delivery bear for Fandango Mango shows up with the mangoes. And I love this random 2-second guy.
Yeah.
Because Rebecca's like, I'm the owner, Rebecca. And he's like, mangoes, ma'am. Which plane? He's like,
it's like running behind.
He's like, I'm on a schedule. I'm 5 minutes behind. And we see Baloo is like, everything he knows is changing.
Oh my god. He's not happy.
No. And so Rebecca gives him the keys finally, and she's like, okay, here you go to deliver the mangoes.
Yeah. And Molly wants to go with them.
Yes.
But she can't, She doesn't want her to go.
Yeah. And Molly says she promised Lucy her doll. And Kit very sweetly tells her, like, oh, I think Lucy looks a little scared right now. So maybe you guys can come later.
Yeah.
Like, before she can get really upset about it.
Yeah.
Helping change her mind.
Yeah, because it works. She's like, okay. And then Rebecca's like, thank you.
She like very sincerely thanks Kit. Like Kit hugs Molly, and it's like, okay, cry her because she's like 6. You don't want her to get upset. But yeah, and I really like that. And she again like really sincerely thanks Kit for
helping her.
For being nice to Molly and for help keep from getting upset because they gotta go to work.
Yeah.
Can I go too, Mommy? Please, oh please, 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 please.
Sorry, sweetie.
But I promised Lucy.
Ooh, Lucy looks scared right now. Oh, but maybe she'll be ready to fly next time.
Okay, Kit.
Thanks.
And then we get more of these shots of them just flying.
It's real nice flying shots. We see them because they need to fly through the canyon to get out of Cape Suzette. And there's like blimp
half plane thing.
These are like buses and like transport and like
and we get to see like a shot of like houses or buildings
on the inside of the cliffs, like on the interior. And we see just Kit like kind of just marveling at it all.
This specifically, I love this shot because you see like his reaction looking up, and you see like the plane blimp,
like the reflection. Yeah,
that's so good.
It's so good. And yeah, just seeing Kit just being excited to be in a plane and be able to see all these things. It made me wonder if he's originally from. He's not from Cape Suzette because he's surprised. He's surprised about the cliff guns and everything. We still really don't know much about Kit in this episode, but we are going to get a bit more.
Yeah.
But makes me curious about his past.
What's the backstory?
And Baloo and Kit are like, oh my god, we totally we got one over on Rebecca. Because their plan is to just grab the plane and they are gone. They are going. They are stealing the plane.
And I like this little bit because Kit is just very sweet because kind of Baloo's like, oh, like, he doesn't call her anything. And he's kind of like, oh,
we tricked her. Yeah. Goodbye forever.
And Kit is really like, oh, like, she's not that bad. Like, she's really nice.
Yeah. And Baloo's like, well, she's like, fine.
Yeah.
She admits she has good business sense. But she doesn't know anything about planes. And we see that he's unbuttoning the whole uniform.
Yeah.
I like, yeah, he's like, take over
Yeah.
while I change.
Oh my god.
Calls him Little Britches.
Little Britches. Oh,
Signed Son.
son, father, son. Amazing.
Meanwhile, Don Carnage, didn't forget about him. He is searching for Baloo's plane.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite Don Carnage line, "This is me, Don Carnage, speaking to you with my voice."
Iconic.
Makes me laugh every time.
And yeah, he's kind of just letting them know to keep an eye out that that box is gonna come by sooner or later.
Yeah, they so just look for it.
Yeah.
And they pass right below the sea dog, and he gets the curtain crashing into his face.
Yeah, because he like immediately declares that like they're not gonna pass by, and they immediately do.
We pass overhead, and we see Baloo and Kid have changed back into their clothes, and Baloo is still like, "Oh, like, can you imagine Becky's reaction if she knew we were going to Louis?"
Yeah. And then suddenly Molly shows up, and she's like, "What's so great about Louis?"
And they're like, "Oh God!" Like she's stowed away. I love her excuse that Lucy's not scared anymore, and so she snuck on board.
She's so funny.
She's great. Yeah, she immediately owns up to sneaking aboard. Unlike Webby,
Exactly.
who would have to be like discovered or like get thrown out when Launchpad crashes, and she's like, "Someone help me! I'm dumb and I'm drowning now." But yeah, so we see that she hid in the mangoes and snuck aboard. But yeah, so they're like, "Okay, geez, we have to take you back." Like,
yeah, and I love that they're not like really angry at her. They're more like, "Oh shit," like
because she's like 6. They're not gonna get mad at her. So they're like, "All right, we gotta take you back because their plan is for a one-way trip." But she really wants to go. She wants to like go and explore and see what's going on and ride on a plane and everything. Yeah, she immediately threatens to blackmail them.
I love that. Oh my! I'll go back. Like I don't think my mom would have wanted me to go to Louis
anyway. And they're like, "Oh fuck, wait." And she turns around and we see her evil little face, like her little scheming face. That's gone when she turns around. Like, "Oh, I won't say anything if you take me along." Because Louis is a bar.
Yeah.
Like, we don't see any alcohol served, but it's very clearly, I think it's modeled after a bar from Casablanca.
Ooh, probably.
Yeah, it's inspired by Rick Blaine's bar from Casablanca, meant to become like a neutral zone.
Okay.
Since it's like a pilot bar for everybody.
Yeah.
I am interested kind of to know if it's usually a neutral zone, but because Carnage wants this box, that's why he keeps like shutting
yeah.
Or if he's the exception who never respects the neutral zone of of Louis' place.
But I was gonna say, like, the only bits of Casablanca I've seen are when the cast of SpongeBob, like, did a couple of scenes.
So when DuckTales twice parodied the end scene. Twice! What was the first time? Because there was with, in, Double Duck, when, with him in feathers.
You might not regret it today.
Or tomorrow, but one day. And then before that,
right? I remember.
They do it twice. Why? What other female characters are there? Is it Launchpad again?
It's his bit.
Oh my god, it's Launchpad, I think, to Scrooge. Like, I think. Fuck, it's Launchpad again. Or is it the Viking episode?
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh god, it happens twice, and I think it's a Launchpad because it's next to they're just next to a plane.
Yeah.
So it must be Launchpad both times.
Oh no, it's the yeah.
It is the Scrooge because they hire because they hire the new guy, the Foghorn.
Yes.
Because they hire the Foghorn, the guy who the 2-episode character from original DuckTales who did have a cameo in the reboot. Because he is hired to fly the Hindentannic. Scrooge belts off the Casablanca line to Scrooge because they won't hire him. And that they'll regret it. Yeah. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow. It's someday.
Don't worry, I'm okay. I'll still be able to pilot the Hindentanic.
You'll pilot nothing. I won't let you near it.
Ah, come on, it's uncrashable. Just the challenge I've been looking for.
Forget it, Launchpad. I'm renting a pilot from Temp Cap.
Okay, have it your way, Mr. McD. If that blimp leaves the ground and I'm not at the wheel, you'll regret it. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon, and for the rest of your life.
You're not going to crash it again, Sam.
And then again, the feathers galore.
Take me with you, you big galoot. You will ruffle my feathers.
Sorry, I am not that kind of guy. I crash alone. We both know your heart belongs to Bruno. If that chopper leaves the ground and you're not with him, you'll regret it. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon, and for the rest of your life. Here's looking at you, Feathers.
And what happened twice, and I'm like, what the why is this the weirdest running gag? If they did it 3 times, it'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Only twice.
They forgot.
Yeah, they forgot to do it again.
Oh my god.
Off topic. Original DuckTales. Man. I know. Well, Baloo can respect Molly's blackmail scheme, though.
You shouldn't have come, little lady. Now I gotta take you back.
Oh, please take me with you. I'll be real good.
Sorry, but you're taking a one-way trip home.
Well, okay. Mommy probably didn't want me to go to Louie's anyway.
Louie's?
Now, you don't have to tell your mom about Louie's.
Oh, I won't. If you take me along.
Why, you sneaky? You know something, Pigtails? You think like me.
So they're all going to Louie's. Oh, she's so sweet.
Yeah, Molly jumps up to hug Baloo. And she's sitting in his lap with his hat on.
Piloting, basically.
Yes, you know, piloting.
Piloting. We're doing air quotes.
Yeah, in his lap. It's very cute. And so we go to Louie's. And kind of to distract Molly while they do business, he asks Louie to make her a sundae. His famous Krakatoa sundae.
This little bit that she does.
Yeah.
Because, like, Louise is very, you know, musical. He's
like,
preparing...
bop, like,
Yeah,
he, like, picks her up and, like, sits her down and is making her this ice cream.
And we see that when she gets it, she goes to her doll, like, I don't think there's enough for both of us to share.
It's massive sundae with, like, sparklers.
Yeah. So fun.
And so while Louie's making that for her, Kit goes to get the box, holding the jewel. And I think this is the first time we see it, right?
Yeah.
So we see is this red kind of
y'all know the
mat
Sims?
shape. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it doesn't look like what like a gemstone should
No,
really look like.
It's been cut.
And while Molly's eating her ice cream, Baloo asks Louie to come over to like look at the jewel. Because I love there's like the implication that maybe Louie, I don't know, was involved with some sort of crime, like organized crime.
Yeah,
Like, he knows. He knows shit. Like he's the guy who just knows stuff.
Yeah, he like probably can connect you to anyone.
Yes, yeah, like maybe he's like a middleman, I feel. Because he has the bar that's not a front,
No.
but it's also not a front.
Exactly.
Yeah. And he has one of those jewel I used to know what it was called because Louis was carrying one of them. The little eyepiece.
Yeah,
to, like inspect gold and jewels and stuff. And he's like, whoa, what? And that it's not a jewel. It's man-made. I love there's like a barcode on it that they're showing us. But yeah, he's like, whatever it is, it's not a jewel.
Or they're very much disappointed.
And yeah, so Baloo's like, oh fuck, and so he just throws it in the garbage. He and Kit sit down like upset, like now fuck now what? But almost immediately after he throws it down, it starts glowing inside the trash can.
And Molly notices it. She's like, whoa.
Luckily she doesn't touch it.
Yes.
Yeah. She looks at it and sees it glowing. And while Kit and Baloo mope for like a couple seconds.
Yeah.
Because Kit's wondering aloud, why did Carnage steal it from Shere Khan if it was worthless?
Exactly.
But I think that's the first Kit knew that and we knew that, but Baloo didn't know that it was stolen from Shere Khan.
And specifically that, Blue's like, like, are you certain that he stole it from Shere Khan? Like,
Yeah,
that we can do something.
Yeah, that
with them.
changes things.
Yeah.
And so he goes back to get it, and it like electrocutes him.
Yeah.
So yeah, so wherever this thing is, it's potentially dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see that after that he's able to grab it.
Yeah.
And so now the plan is to take it to Shere Khan and see if it's worth anything.
Yes.
Like if he'll pay a reward for the return of the thing.
The thing, yeah. So they're all heading out to leave. Molly is like looking up and she says, "Look, birdies."
Yeah, because there's not. Because it's the very small planes of the pirates. I think because they don't look like typical planes.
Yeah.
It's the very small like fighter planes.
Yeah.
That come down and start just shooting. I love just bullets. So many bullets. These characters are gonna get shot at. Like they're shooting at the plane and at the dock.
Yeah.
And you see Louis runs. He runs back to his bar. And Baloo quickly gets Molly inside as bullets barely miss their heads and hit the windshield, like the window.
Holy shit. Oh.
And the plane is getting just decimated by, like, the paint job is getting decimated by the bullets.
You see it, like, scratching everything.
They couldn't make a cartoon like this today. Too many scenes of the main characters getting shot at.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god.
And we see, I do like this, as we said last time, the actual flying scenes, the action scenes, are so far really well done.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're engaging every time. Like here, we see the small pirates planes. They keep bumping the sea duct to keep it from taking off.
Yeah, like I love that detail. They're not letting him like go up.
Yeah. And I love he's like, oh, there goes Becky's paint job. And to get this pirate off his back, he flips the plane and swats it into the water. The pirate. It's a really quick action scene. That's really fun. And the pirate that got smacked into the water is Mad Dog. I finally learned their fucking names. Because the pirates do all look distinct.
Yeah.
I just couldn't be bothered to learn their names. This one, Mad Dog, is like the kind of like snivelly one. He has a very nasal voice. He is voiced by Charles Adler. He's according to the Wikipedia, a scrawny coyote with a Fu Manchu style mustache who wears aviator goggles on his head. He is Don Carnage's first mate. And he's usually paired with Dump Truck, who's the Swedish one.
Okay. And
he also voiced Buster Bunny on Tiny Toons Adventures, and Ed and Bev Bighead on Rocko's Modern Life. I guess I'll introduce all of them. Dump Truck is the Swedish Mastiff. He's the really big dog with a Swedish-Dutch accent. He is voiced by Chuck McCann. Chuck McCann also voices Gibber, who is the pirate who never speaks aloud. He's the one who's always whispering in Carnage's ear. So McCann voices both of these characters, and we know McCann as the voice of original Duckworth, Burger Beagle, and Bouncer Beagle from DuckTales.
Yeah.
So that was fun. And yeah, Dump Truck does sound like a Swedish Duckworth.
Yeah.
But once you listen for it, it's like, oh, okay, that's Duckworth. Yeah, so you see they're trying to avoid the pirates again. And Baloo's initial plan is to throw mangoes at them.
Yeah.
Like, originally just one at a time.
Molly is, like, not really scared. She's kind of like,
oh, yeah.
Like, are they actual pirates? Like, she's like, ooh.
Yeah, she doesn't get, like, girl, you've been shot at. You've already been shot at. You're being shot at some more.
Oh my god.
I love Baloo's plan immediately fails. He throws one mango that, like, goes to the propeller and slices up and comedically lands on Carnage's face. But then they shoot the next mango out of his hands. And so Kit's like, okay, let me do what I'm on the poster for all the cool kids to look at. I'm the designated cool kid.
Yeah.
Let me fulfill my exports role.
Yeah.
Thank you. And so he gets his airfoil. And this is the first time Baloo sees him doing this.
Yeah. And he is about to be super impressed.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, it's so cool.
It's just effortlessly cool. It's very fun. So he's riding the airfoil and he's hanging on to some rope that's tied, I think, to like Baloo's chair.
Yeah.
And first he has Molly's leftover ice cream that he slams onto Gibber's face. And I think that doesn't make him crash because it's the bullet gets stuck on his head.
Yeah. He goes down.
And then Dump Truck shoots at him.
Yeah.
And so Kit ties the rope to his ankle.
Mm-hmm.
And defying the laws of gravity and physics, floats up next to Dump Truck's plane.
Yeah, and he like messes with it and it goes down.
Yeah, he like pries open the side of it and yanks out something important.
Yeah.
Makes the plane go down. Not to bring up DuckTales 2017 again, but Kit, the older Kit, who we despise.
Why did you remind me? I feel like
but he does something similar in the reboot. The older Kit in the Lost Cargo of Kit Cloudkicker disables planes like this. He hangs onto the airfoil and like he knows planes, so he knows what parts make them stop working. And like you said, Baloo is very impressed that Kit can do this.
Man, that kid is dynamite.
And the airfoil is such a cool invention. Who came up with it? It's cool as hell. And he's being shot at some more, and so he said that it's time to get out of the rain, which is such a baller line. Like, you're being shot at by planes. Those are big bullets, I imagine.
Yeah. He just calmly like goes back in.
Yeah, he just saunters aboard, but they're still surrounded.
Yeah.
Like I think more pirates showed up. And so they only have one option left, which is to dump all of the mango cargo onto the pirates. Because Baloo flies straight up and opens the cargo bay doors.
And since all the other planes are following him, they're right in the path of like, I don't know, like a ton of
mangoes and crates, and they like their propellers get demolished, and the planes all land in the ocean.
All those beautiful mangoes.
I know.
Baloo makes a comment that he's lost more cargoes that way.
Like, and that's definitely like throughout the show. I can't give you a number, but they definitely do that a lot of times to lose whatever pursuers they have. And so we see Baloo has brought the plane back, and we see finally in detail because the animation wasn't super great.
Yeah.
In showing the damage to the plane earlier. But now we see all the busted windows and the glass, and there's
this like mess, like oil or something over like the big
like the
engine.
tail. It's fucked. Like this plane has been just shot all to hell.
There's like no paint on it really.
Yeah, it's been like scraped free, probably because when the planes were just slamming into it.
And it was super fresh paint too, so it did not stand.
Yeah. And I mean the scene deck will get regularly fucked up throughout the series. Wait till the part 4 when the plane gets well and truly fucked.
Oh my god.
But Baloo insists that it was air pirates. Like what do you think happened? Like, look at the plane. It's full of bullet holes.
Yeah, and like Rebecca's obviously upset and she just can't believe that that's
really what happened. Why would pirates want mangoes? And it's like, I mean, they wouldn't know what the cargo is. They just want. I mean, they wouldn't know if it was mangoes.
No, they just would see a plane and be like, oh, "We're gonna take all their stuff."
Yeah, like they might have valuables. Let's rob it.
Yeah,
but she doesn't believe them. She insists that he's up to something. But Molly, who I guess Rebecca didn't even realize was gone, vouches for Baloo.
I don't believe this for a second. You're up to something, Baloo.
But Mommy, he's telling the truth.
Molly! You took my daughter joyriding? Well, you're never going to see your plane again, Buster.
Oh, no, Mommy. Me and Lucy sneaked away. And then he dumped the fruit to save me from the pirates.
I guess I owe you an apology, Baloo, and a thank you. But that still doesn't explain what happened to your uniforms.
At first, she's kind of like, you took my daughter joyriding? Like, she's obviously upset.
Yeah. She's almost threatening to fire Baloo.
Yeah.
But Molly insists, no, she vouches for Baloo. No, I snuck on board.
Yeah.
And he had to let go of the mangoes in order to save me from the pirates.
Yeah. And she's like, okay, like, I owe you an apology.
Yeah.
And she's like, thank you for fucking saving my child.
Yeah, because she admits to sneaking aboard, and they didn't know she was there.
Yeah. I love that she gets to dig in. Like, she's like, he doesn't explain why your uniforms are gone.
Yeah. Oh, yes, yeah. Alright, so it is later that night. And she's there. Becky works fast, because there is a life preserver kind of sign, because, they're on the water, that says hire for hire.
Crafting.
I don't know if she, paid, some company to, mass produce a bunch of hire for hire merch.
Yeah, she's ready.
Yeah, she's ready to go. She's a businesswoman, damn it. And we see that, Molly and Kit are playing.
Yeah.
He has her on a rolly chair, and he's, moving her around the room, which is clean. It has been cleaned of all the
junk.
And this is the first mention of Danger Woman.
Yes.
Which is, I think, canonically in universe, it's a radio show. Which Molly's a big fan of.
Yeah.
Sorry to bring up the DuckTales reboot Talespin episode, but in that episode, is she called Danger Woman?
Yes, she is.
Okay, I'm like, wait, did I make it up and make that connection up in my head? Okay. Yeah, so in the reboot, she's a new Danger Woman, and in that, she's a daredevil.
Yes.
Well, in this, it seems like Danger Woman is more like a superhero.
I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
While they're playing, she gets caught on the hammock and
flung.
Yeah, flung onto Blue's stomach, who was kind of napping.
My brother and I call that pre-sleep nap.
Yeah.
We'll be like, Dad, go to bed. And on the couch.
That's literally what Blue is doing. He's in his armchair. But again, very cute interaction with Molly.
Look out, you pirates! It's Danger Woman!
Say, did you get clearance for that landing?
This whole scene is very,
it's very homey.
Very homey, we got some found family happening here.
Yeah.
I have to even say that it's just Molly and Rebecca.
Yeah.
Wherever her husband, Molly's father went.
Yeah.
We never learn what happened to him. I assume he passed away.
Oh.
Just because there's a later episode where Rebecca kind of falls in love with, what she later learns is a ghost captain.
Oh.
He's pretty hot.
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie.
She told him.
Sorry. He's like a lion, I think. His ship crashed onto what became Louis Island.
Oh.
And she meets him and falls in love with him, and she's tempted to go with him to somewhere to sail away with him, to be with him forever. But Molly calls her back, and she can't leave her daughter. And it's a very sad, somber episode where he does sail away without her.
Yeah.
And he is the sad character, and she's all sad about leaving him. And that episode just made me think
right up my alley.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So that makes me think. I think it's the only episode where Rebecca has a romantic interest besides, her thing with Baloo.
Yeah.
And it makes me think that Molly's father passed away.
Okay.
So how sad she is to lose the sea captain.
Damn. Love that.
Yeah, it's sad, yeah. Anyway, very homey scene. Everyone's in, Rebecca and Molly are in their PJs. And they'll be staying in the house, in the building.
Yeah.
While, Kid and Baloo sleep in the plane.
I love her robe.
Yeah, robe and slippers. They look so cozy.
Love that.
Molly's in a onesie.
And she's carrying a pile of pillows and sheets.
Yeah, I keep forgetting their name. For Baloo and Kit. Sorry, I've been broken by Rescue Rangers.
For Chip.
Yeah, Christ. Yeah, so she has to break up the party because everyone has to go to bed.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of cute little interactions.
Yeah, they're all very sweet to each other.
Baloo helps put Molly to bed. She's going to sleep in his armchair for tonight because I think was it that their apartment isn't ready or they need to find an apartment. Yeah. She gives blankets to Kit. And then everyone's saying goodnight. Everyone's leaving, and as they say goodbye, we see Baloo is set on getting out of here. First thing tomorrow, they're gonna take the jewel to Shere Khan.
Yeah.
And get reward money. But in this moment, Kit lags behind.
Yeah.
He stays outside, staring back into the doorway. This very homey scene that they just left. while Baloo has plans, to leave behind.
He's like, tomorrow we're gone. Get my plane back. Everything. Yeah.
Night.
Sleep tight.
See you later, navigator.
First thing tomorrow, we lay our surprise on old Shere Khan. Right, kid?
Right, Baloo.
And in the syndicated version, this is where the scene ends.
Yes.
Kit follows after Baloo, and they go to bed. In the original movie, in the full movie, there was an extended 2-minute scene where there was a song. I think, as I mentioned earlier, there are many cuts to the original movie because the movie was just cut up for syndication. A lot of it was just like 1 or 2 lines in scenes, making scenes shorter, shortening things like that. But, and this is actually something that happened to the Darkwing Duck pilot. You know about the original Darkwing Duck intro, right?
Maybe.
It's the extended scene, because you know how the Darkwing Duck episode 1, Darkwing Duck that we've seen, it opens up with Darkwing throwing these prisoners, these criminals, into the police station.
Yes.
In the original Darkwing Duck pilot, there's a whole extended opening scene where he is capturing these criminals.
Yeah.
It is full of really great animation, really great cartoony action and violence, and it was cut. And it was never restored to any DVD, any VHS. You can only find it on YouTube at this point. And similarly, this 2-minute scene was cut. It is the biggest cut in this movie.
Yeah, they just cut the whole thing.
It's a whole song. It's a lullaby that Rebecca sings to Molly called Home is Where the Heart Is. You can find this on YouTube.
Yeah.
I just discovered this whole thing was removed. I just looked up Talespin, Plunder Lightning, and I was doing my research. And there was a site that compiled all of the cuts to the original movie that was made by the syndicated versions. It was on this random Talespin fan site I'm obsessed with.
Yes.
It has a neon green page that fucks with my eyes. If I'm staring at it for more than 2 minutes and look at something else, everything looks vaguely yellow.
Yeah.
So, but besides that, it's great. It's at cloudkicker.50webs.com. Really great. So it's a whole song that is not only great for Rebecca's character, but really great in expanding Kit's character. Because the whole song, it's Molly can't sleep. And so Rebecca starts singing her this song, Home is Where the Heart Is, about kind of no matter where you are, even if you're alone or I'm far away, I'll always be with you.
Mommy, I can't sleep.
Why not, honey?
This place is not like home.
Oh, don't worry.
Home is where the heart is, wherever you may be. There'll always be a home for you here inside of me. Home is where the heart is, and whatever we may do, there'll always be a part of me here inside of you.
And Kit is hiding under the window listening to her sing this.
Yeah.
And it's a song about family and your family's your home even if you're not physically together.
Yeah.
And during this song, like I said, look it up on YouTube. You can find it on YouTube. Kit looks and sees Wildcat is going to bed. We see, besides this one scene, you don't see where Wildcat lives. So episode 20, he lives on a floating little houseboat thing.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of tied to the dock where Hire for Hire is. We see Wildcat going to bed in a hammock, and Kit watches Baloo go back to the Sea Duck, kind of accepting that this is his family.
Yeah.
And this is his home now. And in the end of the main point of the scene, besides the whole song, it's very great and kind of does the whole the fact that there's 3 songs in the movie instead of two songs, completely spaced apart in episode 1 and I think episode 4. We would have one song in the middle, but it was cut. In the end of the song, Rebecca notices Kit at the window. But instead of calling attention to him, because that would, it would embarrass him.
Yeah.
Earlier, she'd given Molly a cookie from a cookie jar, and as she finishes the song, she places the cookie jar on the windowsill for Kit to grab one.
Yeah.
Kit does, and he goes back to the Sea Duck, and we see that there's a bunk bed kind of thing where Baloo's already sleeping. And that scene, I'm pissed that they cut it.
I was gonna say it earlier, but they do this like recap bit at the beginning,
Yeah.
and I'm like, just get rid of it. Or make it shorter.
Yeah.
Like you could have used the time for the song.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
the song is so massively important for Rebecca and Kid's characters. For Rebecca, it really softens her.
Yeah.
Especially since she's been on Baloo's ass this whole episode. And she's a new character who's kind of like who's antagonistic towards our main character.
Yeah.
So people might not like her right away because she is kind of fucking with Baloo's whole life. But this scene really softens her, makes her fondness and relationship with Kit stronger, and establishes more of Kit's place in the family. Like apparently a lot of the edits were detrimental to Kit specifically, to his character development, and to his so far mysterious relationship to the pirates. Yeah, and I think just with this scene specifically, again it's a continuation of the very homey found family kind of vibes of the earlier scene. Emphasizes not only Kit's how alone kind of Kit is, because he's a child, seeing Molly being comforted by her mother.
Yeah.
And he's up until now been very alone. And this scene kind of emphasizes aloneness, but also shows that he's really maybe not alone anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he has Wildcat, there's Baloo, who's waiting for him, and Molly and Rebecca.
Yeah, there's new people in his life, and they're like sharing that warmth with him. Like it's what you get with her sharing a cookie with him. She's extending we're a little team at the moment.
Yeah, and I like that right away. She and Kit liked each other.
Yeah, I really like the whole episode that he's been kind of defending her a little bit, like yeah, Baloo, like she's a little tough at the moment, but she's cool and she's nice. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so I'm real upset that they cut it. Like while rewatching the scene, like I actually started tearing up. I'm like, yo,
it's such a sweet little song.
It's sweet, but also like just really important, and I'm so mad they cut it. Because right after we cut to Carnage sneaking into Cape Suzette, posing as like a gondolier.
Yeah, it's so funny to me.
It's Dark Carnage, like just wearing like a striped shirt over his like captain's jacket. And Dump Truck and Mad Dog. Yeah, well, Mad Dog's in drag.
Yes.
As the young lovers.
Young lovers.
Mad Dog is pissed. He had to be the girl.
Cause literally we get like the spotlight on them.
Yeah,
like
it's the police or the Cape Suzette cliff guard people.
Yeah.
We do later learn there are like guards stationed up there 24/7.
Yeah.
So I forget what they're called, but they're
officers.
One of those guys.
They're like, oh, Carnage is like, like the young lovers, they need their privacy.
Yeah, and Dump Truck tries to kiss Mad Dog, he slaps him.
It's very entertaining.
Oh, so do you. Who goes there? Good evening, officers. Scusi, signori. The young lovers, they need their privacy. See? Grazie.
The officers, whatever, do leave him alone. And we see that there's a little like engine propeller in the bottom of the gondola that Carnage turns on. And we see, so their plan is so they're sneaking into Cape Suzette to search for the plane that has the box with the jewel in it. So they're gonna go plane by plane, even though there are thousands of planes on Cape Suzette.
Yeah, Mad Dog says that like there's thousands, and Don Carnage is like, we're gonna look, and he's like, oh, I knew you were gonna say that.
And I'm guessing Wildcat fixed the plane in the night because he can do that.
Yeah.
Real fast. So the next morning.
Now Baloo's up in her.
I know. I mean, now like the
seriousness or what?
Like down to the wire at this point. Like he doesn't have ownership of his plane anymore.
It's like his last chance.
Yes, yeah. So he's he's actually up before Kit, because they want to get to Carnage as soon as they can.
Yeah.
Not Carnage. Shere Khan.
Shere Khan.
Baloo's hoping that they'll get at least $200 for the jewel, for the reward money. And he's holding the jewel, and but Kit's wondering if they should take it with them.
Yeah.
Like they want it as like leverage
Mm-hmm.
for the reward money. And Baloo's like,
you're right.
Good
Like,
idea.
We shouldn't just walk into the office with it.
And so, not a great idea here. But I guess he didn't want it to get lost, and he knows that Molly isn't going to lose her doll.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. But yeah, he puts it like inside.
Yeah, it's like those it's like a plush doll.
Yeah.
And so it has those like pockets in the back where kids can like put the little toy, put their candy or whatever. And so he does slip the jewel into the doll's back.
Yeah.
And slips the doll back into Molly's arms. And they sneak away. Molly does wake up briefly because Baloo crashes into a bunch of shit that just piled up. But she doesn't see them leave.
No.
Meanwhile, as Baloo and Kit are leaving, Carnage is showing up. And they do find the sea duck.
Yes. Yikes.
Yep. And we do end here with Carnage and the pirates finding the plane. Back to downtown Cape Suzette, and we see again a better shot now of the Con Industries building.
It's huge, and also they make it look like super tall.
Super tall and like imposing, and we see those red curtains with Carnage. Jesus, Shere Khan right in the middle in that parting. And more just like planes flying overhead, like
that Art Deco
like
stuff right
you have
here.
gargoyles like on the outside of it. Very nice, very cool building. And we see, so Baloo's trying to negotiate like a deal with Shere Khan for the return of the stone.
Yeah. Baloo's like, if we could get the stone back to you, what would it be worth? And
Shere Khan, who has no respect for this fuckwit, calls him Mr. Balloon. He's like, yeah.
I'm surprised they even made it to like actually meet with you.
No.
This voice is so funny.
It's so funny, yes. Like, this insanely deep voice is great. Like, even for all his seriousness, you can't help but mock this guy.
Oh my god.
And he said the jewel, or the stone, is an electrical alloy developed by his scientists.
Yeah.
I did this little bit, like, there's this, like, scary knife letter opener on the desk, and Kit, being a little kid, grabs it to start to play with it. And while Khan is talking, he, like, grabs Kit's arm, not, like, violently or anything, but grabs it to keep it from swinging it around, and, like, takes the letter opener, the dagger, out of his hands. And then now he's kind of, like, toying with it.
I'll make it worth your while to return it. What would you say to 100?
Only a lousy $100?
100,000 lousy bucks.
Dollars?
Dollars?
And he's like, I'll make it worth your while. What would you say to 100?
And Baloo's like
100 lousy bucks.
Yeah.
And Shere Khan is 100,000
lousy bucks. And then Tony J's voice is like, it's so good. And Baloo's like, no, chill. They're like, oh shit, we'll be right back. We'll go get the stone.
Oh my god. Yeah. Two like silly guys.
Yeah, I swear. Like because Baloo's trying to like be coy.
Yeah.
About like, oh, we might have the stone if we did.
How much?
Yeah. Oh shit. So they run back to Hire for Hire. Baloo is like ecstatic because now they're enough to buy his plane back and get out of Dodge. Yeah, so they go in to get the stone, and they find Hire for Hire is a wreck.
Yeah, it's been trashed.
More so than usual. Like, deliberately, like, violently torn apart. And they're, like, yelling for Molly and Rebecca.
And they cannot find them anywhere. And there's, like, rips and everything. It's really bad.
Yeah, like, everything's been torn apart. Broken mirrors, like, the armchair is ripped apart.
Yeah.
And they find on the back of a door, it's like a dartboard, and this massive dagger is there holding up a ransom note.
It says that unless they return the stone, they will never see their friends again. Seriously
yours.
Don Grenage.
And of course, they have the stone without knowing it.
Yeah.
So.
Dun dun dun.
Molly!
Where'd they go?
Baloo, up there!
Unless you return the stone, you will never see your friends again. Seriously yours, Don Carnage.
And that's the end. We end on Rebecca and Molly's kidnapping by Don Carnage.
Oh no.
It's great. Very, very good dramatic ending.
So fun.
And that's the episode.
Yeah. That was delightful to
Yes, I swear. Oh my god. Like, real characters, good jokes.
Yeah.
Oh god, a real villain. God, not fucking Chlordane and his gelatin bullshit. Can you have a gelatin fetish? Is that what he has? Is that what it is?
I hate that
I
you
said it.
that.
I said that now. It's another way to explain why he's so excited about it.
I wish he would have stuck to his weird clown thing that he's got going on. But I guess they're like, we can't make him the Joker.
Oh, he doesn't lean. Oh, that might have been actually entertaining.
Would've.
But we don't need to think about the Rescue Rangers. That was part 2, episode 2, whatever, of Talespin.
Mm-hmm.
Very fun. Rip-roaring adventure. That will get more rip-roaring.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, any thoughts about the episode before we get into some more questions?
Oh. It just does like a really good job of introducing so many other characters, but also like it doesn't lag behind the story.
Yeah, like the story, like the character, like new characters, the introductions of new characters are weaved in with the plot.
Yeah.
Like Rebecca's introduced because she has bought the Blues Air Service, and it is now hire for hire, and blah blah blah.
Yeah, it's good.
Wildcat bursts into the scene to just be awesome and have just one scene in the episode.
Yeah, we get Shere Khan and his whole bit.
Yes, we're finally introduced to Khan, and even we finally meet Khan, but we're introduced to him episode 1.
Yeah.
With his plane being attacked.
Mm-hmm.
And the implication that attacking one of Khan's planes is a bad idea.
Yes.
And now meeting the guy, we kind of see why.
Scary.
You don't want to go after him. But yeah, good episode. Not too much of Don Carnage. Next episode will remedy that. Don Carnage is also a very fun villain, so looking forward to that.
Yeah, and it doesn't abandon him either. Like he is still kind of there.
Yes, yeah, he's scheming, and so we'll see him come back full force. If not next episode, definitely next episode because Rebecca got kidnapped.
Yeah.
So next episode and then the following episode, he is our main villain. All right. Now for questions. From Tumblr, we have Purple Cyborg Newt, who just said, I just found out there's a second part of the recap already. I believe this is in reference to Rescue Rangers, so currently listening. And yeah, sorry to say, but Rescue Rangers isn't going to become any better at treating its Asian characters further on. I outright skip certain episodes when watching reruns, but it's not the option for you, obviously, so my sympathies regarding some of the stuff you'll have to watch in the future.
We're not gonna...
No, we're not. We're done. I am never watching a Rescue Rangers episode ever again. You have to hold me at gunpoint, and I will say no. No, thank you. I can't with Rescue Rangers.
Yeah, I said I might. I still have not.
Don't.
It hasn't really called to me.
Just
watch Chippendale Park Life.
Yeah.
It's so... And I've watched, like, the old shorts. They're also pretty.
Yes, those are all fun. But, oh my god, Rescue Rangers is painful. Right, and I believe we do have some Twitter questions. We did have 2 people on Twitter who pointed out the missing scene.
Yes.
So I'm glad you did in case I didn't find it.
I think we found out like a day before.
Yes.
People were like,
I started doing my notes and then I posted asking for questions. That Retro and I believe Lisette Carrera both pointed out the missing scene, which like blew my mind that there's a whole missing scene cut from I've been watching Plunder Lightning for 6 years now. I first saw it 6 years ago, and I rewatch it every so often. I never knew there was a scene this big cut, and
I guess like the one thing is that it's not a shitty cut that they did, so it's like jarring in that sense.
Like
so you just did not know that it was there.
yeah, and like learning this whole scene was cut, that we have a whole song that was gone, made me very upset. So thank you guys for letting us know, for pointing it out. From Sexy Donut 666, the show Talespin is amazing, and I loved it. It has super strong world building and ambience too. Can't wait to hear how you break it down. Do you have any headcanons?
I don't.
I'm terrible at thinking of headcanons on the spot.
Sadly, I have not watched the rest of the show that much.
I don't know if it's a headcanon. That's probably not. I would have. It's not really headcanon, but something I would have liked to have seen is Kit's life pre the show. I don't want to get into his backstory because it's revealed later, next episode, I believe. But we do know he's an orphan, obviously. Look at him.
Yeah.
He's an orphan. He has patches on his sweater. He's an orphan. And I would have liked to see bits of his life before now.
Yeah.
Like, assuming he lived in an orphanage. How did he get away from the orphanage?
Yeah.
Maybe what happened to his parents? Because none of those questions are answered.
Yeah.
And I would like to know more about his past, just because it was sad, I assume. 'Cause look at him. Look at his life now. His life is better now.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, my headcanon. Oh my god, my headcanon. Baloo served and rolled around. The show blatantly disproves it, but I want it to be true.
Oh,
in watching the show all the way through and realizing, that it was a period piece set in like the mid to late 30s, I just had the idea that Baloo was a pilot in World War One. He definitely wasn't, because when we meet a guy from World War One that was like kind of frozen in ice, a la Captain America, sorta, or he was a ghost. I don't actually remember. I don't remember which one it was.
There's a lot more ghosts in this show.
There are. There's one definite ghost episode, the old man in the sea duck. I can't remember if the other one was a ghost episode too. But yeah, the show blatantly disproves it.
Yeah.
It's just fun for me to imagine that he was. He wasn't though.
Oh.
We see Baloo in like the late I think in the 20s when he's trying to get his driver's license. That's probably the extent of my headcanon.
Yeah.
Oh, and that Rebecca's husband died, I guess.
Yeah. He died.
What?
He died in the war.
No, that doesn't make sense. Rebecca's too young.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I got. And I believe that is all of our comments and or questions. So obviously we have 2 more parts to recap. Send in questions, send in your thoughts. What do you think about Carnage? What do you think about the show's version of Baloo? We really like him.
Yeah.
He's a very strong character. I think definitely on par with like Scrooge was for DuckTales.
He has a very defined personality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like Rescue Rangers, where Chip and Dale have like the barest impressions of personalities.
Earlier I was laughing because when you mentioned Gadget, I remember that scene of her yelling at Chip, being like, "Am I a loser?" And it's like, girl, can we...
He's the only good part of that show.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
More good episodes to come. The next 2 episodes of Talespin, and we have we're returning to Darkwing Duck. So if you remember, listeners, we recapped the first part of the Darkwing Duck pilot during a DuckTales hiatus.
Yeah.
And then we took too long to do the second part, and then some other stuff happened.
Yeah.
We'll get into that later. But we'll be returning and recapping the pilot from the beginning.
So excited.
It's been a couple years since we watched it and since we recapped it.
Yeah.
If you want to listen to our original version, it was, I believe, we titled it From St. Canard with Love.
Yes.
And I don't know what episode number it is. I wish you luck. It might have been in like the 30s or 40s.
Oh yeah, I think it was pretty early on.
It was during one of the hiatuses.
Yeah.
Because this is episode 98.
Whoa.
Damn. Our 100th episode is going to be part 4 of Talespin.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do like a special 101th episode.
Whoa.
We've been doing this for, oh god, Has been 5 years.
It's been 5
We
years.
missed our anniversary.
We are-
September 30th.
Oh yeah.
Thing. Either way, we missed it.
Missed
it's October 30th that we're recording this now. We missed it by a mile. We'll celebrate our 101th episode.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Right. So send us questions.
Yeah.
And thoughts and comments at our Twitter at Amores Patos and our Tumblr. We have a Gmail.
Yeah. Those two are Amores Patos podcast.
Yes.
Tumblr, Gmail.
Yes. And leave us a review. We would love that. I actually have not checked if you have any review. I will check next time.
Yeah.
And we'll let you know.
Yes.
Leave us a review. We'd love that. And thank August at Spintrick for our lovely cover art. And that's all from us.
Yeah.
Saludos, amigos.
Saludos, amigos.
Let's begin. Friends for life with Dick and Ben with another tailspin. Oh yeah, tailspin. Oh yeah, tailspin. All the trouble we get in with another tailspin. Spin it. Spin it, my friend. Spin it, let's begin it, very great it when you're in it. You can win it in a minute when you spin it, spin it, spin it. Spin it.